The Galactic Council chamber fell silent as Ambassador Zektar of the Hegemony Alliance raised his crystalline appendage. His species, the Velkari, had conquered 17 star systems through calculated warfare and superior technology. Today, he would propose the annexation of a small, backwater system called Sol. Esteemed council members, Zektar's voice resonated through the translators. We present the case for immediate occupation of the third planet in the Sol system. Our scouts report a primitive species calling themselves humans. They possess rudimentary nuclear technology and have barely achieved interplanetary travel. Ambassador Neha Sharma sat quietly in the human delegation's modest section, her dark eyes studying the alien faces around her. As Earth's first diplomatic representative to the Galactic Council, she had spent months learning the complex political dynamics of dozens of species. Beside her, Captain Adnan Khan shifted uncomfortably in his military dress uniform, his hand instinctively moving toward where his sidearm would normally rest. The humans pose no military threat, Zektar continued, displaying holographic images of Earth cities and military installations. Their largest weapons are crude fusion devices. Their space vessels are chemical-propelled relics. We estimate complete pacification within one solar rotation. Murmurs of agreement rippled through the chamber. The council had witnessed the Velkari war machine before. It was efficient, overwhelming, and had never failed. Neha rose slowly, her voice carrying across the vast chamber without amplification. Honored Council, I request permission to respond to these observations about my species. The chamber erupted in chittering, clicking, and various alien forms of laughter. A human requesting to speak? The audacity was almost amusing. Very well, announced Counselor Prime Thexun, a massive creature resembling a cross between an octopus and a tree. The primitive may speak. Neha's expression remained serene. Ambassador Zektar speaks of our technology as primitive, and perhaps by your standards it is. But he seems to have overlooked something crucial in his intelligence reports. She gestured toward the chamber's central display, which flickered to life, showing Earth's history. You see, esteemed council, we humans have a rather unique relationship with warfare. We are, as some might say, dormant gods of war. The images shifted to show ancient battlefields, Romans clashing with Germanic tribes, medieval knights charging across bloodied fields, Mongol horsemen sweeping across continents. For over 5,000 recorded years, we have refined the art of conflict. Not just the technology of war, but the philosophy, the strategy, the very soul of combat. We have fought each other with sticks and stones, with bronze and iron, with gunpowder and steel. Adnan watched as the alien delegates leaned forward, their earlier amusement fading into curiosity, then concern. We fought 2 global wars that consumed entire continents, Neha continued, her voice gaining intensity. In our second Great War alone, we produced over 250,000 aircraft, 100,000 tanks, and mobilized armies of millions. We learned to manufacture death on an industrial scale. The display showed factories churning out weapons, cities burning, vast armies moving across landscapes. But here's what your scouts truly failed to understand. We stopped fighting each other not because we became weak, but because we became too dangerous. We created weapons that could end our entire world in hours. We looked into the abyss of our own capacity for destruction and stepped back. Zektar's confidence began to waver as the implications sank in. A species that had restrained itself from self-destruction. You want to know about our primitive technology? Neha smiled, and there was something predatory in that expression. Captain Khan, would you care to share some statistics? Adnan stood, his military bearing commanding attention. Certainly, Ambassador. Our crude nuclear arsenal currently consists of approximately 13,000 warheads, each one capable of destroying an area equivalent to your average colony city. Our chemical-propelled relics include vessels capable of achieving 0.1 c velocity. We've simply never needed to go faster within our own system. He paused, letting the numbers sink in. Our current military doctrine is based on what we call asymmetric warfare, the ability to defeat superior forces through tactics, terrain knowledge, and sheer bloody-minded determination. We have 8 billion individuals, each capable of learning, adapting, and fighting. Our entire species has been shaped by competition, conflict, and survival. The chamber had gone deathly quiet. Neha nodded to her companion and continued. But perhaps most importantly, Ambassador Zektar, you misunderstand our nature. We didn't achieve peace through weakness. We achieved it through the terrible understanding of our own strength. Every human child learns about the wars that nearly destroyed us. We remember. She walked closer to the center of the chamber, her presence somehow filling the vast space. You see, we are indeed dormant gods of war. Dormant by choice, not by inability. We have spent the last 70 years learning to cooperate, to build, to explore. But make no mistake, her voice hardened. That cooperation is a choice we make every single day. The holographic display shifted to show human military exercises, peacekeeping forces, and then something that made several delegates recoil: human special forces in action. We have warriors who train their entire lives for combat. We have strategists who study warfare like your species study art. We have soldiers who view death in service to their people as the highest honor. And we have 8 billion people who remember every lesson our bloody history taught us. Zektar found his voice, though it trembled slightly. You would fight us? Risk extinction over conquest? Adnan and Neha exchanged a look that spoke volumes. Ambassador, Neha said quietly, humans have a saying. If you want peace, prepare for war. We've been preparing for war our entire existence. We just hoped we'd never need to wake up. The silence stretched until Counselor Prime Thexan spoke. The motion for annexation of the Sol system is withdrawn pending further study. As the council session ended, Adnan leaned toward Neha. Think they got the message? Neha watched the Velkari delegation hurrying from the chamber, their earlier confidence shattered. I think they're beginning to understand that sleeping gods can be very dangerous when awakened. The human delegation gathered their materials and prepared to leave. Knowing that word would spread quickly through the galaxy, Earth was not to be disturbed. The dormant gods of war preferred to sleep, but they had not forgotten how to fight.